New construction homes are hard to find in South Florida. Yes, trust me, and try to do Google research, you will find out. That's why the prices are very high and the real estate market is very tight in new construction. So in this video, I'm going to cover, is this the new construction for you or not? Let's find out. If you're someone who wants to live in new construction, who only get connected or get a good vibes to live in new construction, then this video is definitely give you more insight of pros and cons. So it's a great idea to buy a new home, but there are so many different things you need to find out before you decide about new construction if it's really for you. Number one, what kind of builders you will be working with. In South Florida, there are only few builders, okay? So in South Florida, only few builders have captured the market. So you don't get tons of varieties, but every builder has some kind of peculiarity, which I'm going to just tell a little bit of in this video. So number one, the majority market is captured by Lennar homes. Lennar is amazing. It's great. They make a very good affordable pricing houses. There are great communities in Broward and Palm Beach County which can fall into the price which you must be looking at. I'm going to show you some community in Palm Beach County which I love, and I do a lot of transactions there. So Lennar is very much famous about the affordable pricing. Then when the market started correcting, the Lennar already kind of proactively decided to change some plans. So for example, before they were giving the upgrades to client, like we could choose actually what we want as a floor, kitchen colors, every single thing you can choose from. But after the market changed, so Lennar immediately introduced their new way of doing to save cost and plan ahead. Is they only give you right now only choosing the option. So technically you're buying new construction, but at the same time you are not choosing every single thing. So they have made specifically, if I show you the video about, so basically they made like a different kinds of plans. If you choose plan A, then you get this kind of tile, this kind of kitchen, and if plan B, it's different kinds. So it's actually, you cannot select. If you want the wood floor, would look like a wood floor with the tile and the different color of cabinets, and that cannot, if it is not in the same group, then you cannot mix match. And most of the Lennar homes they are selling already got a permission. So again, if you want to choose your layout, it won't be possible. It's actually none of the builder does it. But Lennar, they do proactively work on this and also control their supply demand for the materials. So there were a time the builders were behind the supplies, and that's one of the reasons they started this, so they can predict what they need in advance. But that helps the client to get the price incorrect, right? So they basically to get something in a good pricing, if you want affordable pricing, in other words, then Lennar Lennar builders communities are great choices. There are some other builders called GL homes, CC homes. Those are more customized a little bit. So for example, if you go with the CC homes, most of their plans are sold out, but they acquire very, very less communities. They are very specific where they go. So I was just inquiring about one of my clients in Southwest Ranches in Weston. Almost they are sold out even before they even started. So you need to go a little bit blind with them. But their materials are more higher than Lennar, and their construction way of doing is much more higher. So I consider them as a little bit of a luxury style, but not totally luxury. And now the next level of builder, it's called Toll Brothers. Those are basically more luxury style, and you can pretty much select every single thing if you go. And there are some builders which are custom builders. So if you happen to choose a lot separately from others, and you can build with like a small like a cluster homes, basically that's also possible in South Florida. And there are type of builders that are actually doing in advance. So they do sell the plan with custom. Basically you can choose with them, but they already made some layout plan. So basic is done, the lot is already started with some kind of permits, but they haven't actually choose the materials. So they try to market to the audience, or the buyers in advance, and raise money in contract and try to go further, with the money as is deposited. So this is another way you will see the custom builder plans. If you like to have more details what's available in South Florida, then we have like a list. You can basically, we send you the list in email. You can put your email address in a description. You will find the link there. So that way you will be aware about what's available and what's available. Now, number 2, do not go just by looking at the model house. Model house is actually just for the marketing purpose. What model houses has does not mean you are going to get that. Okay, and that's why you need to see the numbers accordingly. Don't just think if they market 500,000 plus prices, then 500,000 will get you the amazing good looking cards in a white kitchen and white floor. No, I mean not necessary, because that's their starting price, and that's why they write from this number or up to this number, right? So that's kind of marketing strategy, just like $9.99 for sale. Ultimately, model house is just to get an idea about layout. They are not about looking, exactly the material wise you will be going to get that. And also it's the idea how you can interiorly decorate if you are buying the same layout, what kind of things you are going to put a wall, if there is any extra custom walls are built, and those kind of things you can definitely get an idea from the model houses if you look at it. So this is what video I'm showing you. It's like one of the model house in new construction home. It looks amazing, right? How they decorate it, how they use the custom lights, all those things. When you buy, it does not come. Okay, they come with a very basic light fixtures, very basic. They don't even put mediocre. Okay, it's very basic light fixtures, and you can change those in down the road once you buy. And also appliances which are in model houses, not necessarily you're going to get that. There is a different level of pricing, the packages you are going to choose. Again, I advise my clients, just go basic there. Sometimes, like some builders, actually not sometimes, but some builders does not offer range of appliances, which actually you can get much better range in market if you go. But there are a couple of things like you are not going to change. For example, is the hood, right? Like cooking hood. Let's say you want to have a cooking hood, and you want something specific, definitely don't get with them. But again, you have to get something with them. So there are again certain stuff which is already pre-decided with them. You cannot pick and choose. If you say, okay, no, I don't want a cooking hood. No, you can't say that. If you have to choose specific appliance package. If it has a cooking hood, you have to get a cooking hood. If it has overhead microwave, then you have to get overhead microwave. You cannot just say, okay, I don't want the overhead microwave, I want a cooking hood. So technically it's a new construction, but there's a lot of things you cannot choose. It's the truth. And one last thing, you need to be very realistic in a time frame when you buy a new construction. When builder is talking about 3 months down the road you will be get the possession, I always tell my clients, keep 1 month or 2 months in buffer, because you never know if the holidays hit in between, or the permits are some permits have some issues came. Mostly the permits, if there's someone says 3 months, then it's there, but still there could be some other issues city can get. One of my client, we got in a walkthrough, we got an issue about the water connection from the city they did not install, so they couldn't do the closing, and they had to wait for another 1.5 months. Yes, 1.5 month. So that kind of thing can happen. It's very unpredictable, and that's why I say them, don't give a notice to your rental community until you have a final things in walkthrough. So there will be the multiple walkthrough actually, so you will have some time to give a notice. And again, that will be very hard to get exactly overlap. Let's say your rental lease is expiring and you are going to new, even in resale, it's pretty much difficult to match the deadline unless you are very lucky enough or very strategic enough. So ultimately, give some time, otherwise you will be in a time you have to find the Airbnb. My other client, which I talking about, he had to find an Airbnb to fill in that gap. So we didn't never predicted the city will be the issue. It wasn't builder, it was a city. It happens. So these are part of important stuff you need to look into when you are buying new construction. I need to make part 2 video where there are a lot of other stuff I need to discuss with you so that you get a total idea about the new construction, how it works in South Florida. If you like this content, please shower your love by liking and sharing. And if you have topics in your mind and you want me to cover, comment me below. So that will also help me to make my content in advance because I want to make videos which you guys want to see. Thank you, and I will see you in my next video.